I'm Scott Morrill for Liquid Dynamics Incorporated, along with Victor Lopez, Ethan Province, and Brett Whalen. We decided as a group to give about a week to think of about 20 ideas each. We were going to throw them all together in a Google Doc. About a week later, we all came back, picked our favorite 5 or 10 each. Ethan and Victor, both being biological engineers, biomedical engineers, a lot of their ideas had to do with medical side. Some sensors for the vitals, some RFID sensors. There's a little bit of stuff for biological or renewable environmental stuff. Brett, being in the military, he's a chemical engineer. He came up with some health stuff. We put together some identification and safety ideas, and then me, I just kind of tried to think of things I used every day that would make my life easier. A lot of things you could integrate with your cell phone. And so we put all these ideas. We came up with about 60 total, threw them into a Google Doc, and just picked our favorite 15. We narrowed it down to 10 of them. Some of those being biological batteries, batteries that used bacteria or some kind of biological agent to power them. One of them was an EMG typing system, one that it pretty much predicts text with the squeezing your wrist. So as you're typing, you just squeeze it to get the right word. A lot of them had to do with medical, like I said. So what we ended up doing is combining about 2 or 3 of our ideas into one. The digital ID chip and the RFID medical device. And we decided to combine that with another idea for a social network for home kits for people to have diagnostic and monitoring systems on them. So before we did anything, though, we threw it all into a decision analysis spreadsheet. All had different weights. The social network idea came out to be the highest scoring one by about 100 points, beating out the air typing system and another idea for a renewable material for cell phone touchscreens. So we decided to go with that. The reason that we think this would be a good idea is because it's for a health and fitness oriented individuals, ones that need to constantly be measuring anything with their blood, anything, heart rate, anything like that. What it basically is a little device, almost like a glucose monitoring device for diabetic patients. The patient wears it on the customer wears it on them at all times. It's going to maybe take small blood samples up to maybe 64 different things can be tested at once. And so that information will be sent to the social network site, which for doctors and patients together, the doctors can look at any of the vitals or results for any of these blood tests, and they can make suggestions or prescriptions or lab tests from there. We think this would help customers because instead of having to go to the doctor, pay a copay, have the doctor order lab tests, pay for that, it would save the doctors and both patients time and money. And we think that this would eventually be able to be have the insurance companies hop on board because they would, again, be saving money for not paying for copays or doctor visits. We also think that this one could be used for not only to use in America, but to have American doctors use for international, or any doctors use internationally. So this has the potential of not only being used just here, but across the world with international doctors and patients across the world. So we think that this was the best opportunity that we developed, and this is what we decided to go with.